Welcome to Alibro's Edusoft. I am Wasima Tasnam. In this session, I am taking class 4 8th standard NCERT history textbook's 3rd chapter, Ruling the Countryside. Let's begin with the chapter.
So students, as I said before, our chapter's name is Ruling the Countryside. In this chapter, we will be dealing about the different types of revenue collections during the period of British rule and the ways British had taken for improving the revenue they got during that period, and different types of revenue collection methods, different types of settlements like permanent settlement. Then there were some of the different systems for improving the revenue collection during the British period, and they were Mahalwari system and Rayutwari system. Then we will be dealing about different types of crops Britishers had cultivated in India for selling in Europe, and also we will be dealing about indigo cultivation in India during the period of British rule, and also the problems or the crisis which evolved as a result of indigo cultivation in India, and later on we will deal about the revolt on indigo, and also we will study about indigo commission appointed. So let's begin with the chapter. As a result of Battle of Buxar, which occurred in 1764, made the foundation of East India Company to become Diwan of Bengal. East India Company became Diwan of Bengal on 12th August 1765. When the East India Company became Diwan of Bengal, they had to undergo different kinds of problems for improving the revenue system during those periods. Revenue resources organization was the very important thing Britishers had to do on that time. That is tax collection. The first one, tax collection, which explains that the different types of methodologies Britishers had to improve or introduce in those periods for collecting revenue from the peasants or the people lived in their areas. Next one, crop yielding. That is different methodologies the East India Company had to introduce for improving the crops, growth, yielding, etc. So, they have introduced different methodologies, different machineries, and also they introduced different crops during the period. Next is colonizing the countryside. Countryside means rural areas. So, these were the major things Britishers had to do over that period when the East India Company became Diwan of Bengal. When the East India Company became Diwan of Bengal, the company started purchasing cotton, silk and spices from the revenue generated from Bengal. So, what East India Company did was, after collecting revenue from the peasants or the people lived in those periods, and the East India Company used these amount or these money for the purchase of cotton, silk, spices, etc. These things were in greatly demand during that time. Since the East India Company had done nothing to improve the economy of Bengal during that time, the economy of Bengal was on crisis. The peasants or the people over that time were not having enough amount of money for any sorts of basic amenities. Artisans left Bengal. Artisans travelled from one place to another for improving their livelihood. Lack of money and resources were the basic problem on that time. Also, a big famine hit Bengal in 1770, which killed almost 10 million people. And these all hit the economy of Bengal in a large amount. So, these crises made peasants and artisans to leave from their place. They started migrating from their place to another places for improving their livelihood, and also they started cultivation of different kinds of crops on different areas. To improve the economy of Bengal on the period, the company had taken certain steps. The first one is improve agriculture. To improve the economy of that time, the company wanted to improve the revenue in order to stop the decrease in revenue. So, they started introduction of different methodologies and technologies, machineries, etc. for improving the agricultural system of that time. The company had introduced different types of crops also during that time. So, these gradually improved the agricultural system over that period.
So students, I'll wind up this video here. The remaining portion of the chapter will be taken on the upcoming videos. If you have any doubts, please contact to this email ID. Thank you.